Hello guys, welcome to my channel. We will discuss today about fundamental theorem on homomorphism. This theorem is also called first isomorphism theorem. And the statement is, if f from G to G dash is any homomorphism, then G upon kernel of f is isomorphic to f of G. So before going to the proof, we will discuss about some facts and definitions first. So first we will discuss about homomorphism, then kernel of any homomorphism, and then we will discuss about normal subgroup, and in the last we will see the definition of any quotient group. So first, homomorphism. For this, let f be any function from a group G star to other group G dash star dash, where star is a binary operation in G and star dash is a binary operation on G dash. Then this function becomes a homomorphism if f a star b becomes equal to f a star dash f p. So if this property holds for any function, then that function will be called as homomorphism. Also we are going to see some properties of homomorphism. The first property is fe is equal to e dash. That means this homomorphism maps identity element to the identity element. The second property is f a raised to the power n is equal to f a raised to the power n. And the third property is order of f a divides order of a. That means order of the image divides order of the element. Fourth property is any homomorphism maps cyclic group to cyclic group. That means the image of any cyclic group under any homomorphism is again a cyclic group. And the fourth property is image of any abelian group under any homomorphism is again an abelian group. So now kernel of any homomorphism. We will see the definition of kernel of any homomorphism. So let f be any homomorphism, then kernel of this homomorphism f is denoted by ker of f, and it is equal to a set where elements are from the domain for this homomorphism, that is x belongs to G, such that fx is equal to e dash, where e dash is the identity element from the codomain G dash. So this is a set which is called kernel of homomorphism f, and this is a subgroup of domain G. Now normal subgroup. So for this, let H be any subgroup of G, then this subgroup is called a normal subgroup if x h x inverse is equal to again h for all x from the group G. If this property holds for any subgroup H, then H will be called a normal subgroup of G, and it is denoted by this symbol. That means H is a normal subgroup of G. Also from this property we can imply that xh is equal to hx. That means all the left coset is equal to the right coset for all x from the group. If all the left coset is equal to the right coset, then that subgroup also will be called as normal subgroup. So this is also the condition for normal subgroup. Now quotient group. For this, let H be any normal subgroup of G, then G upon H, and this is equal to the set of the coset of H in G, that is HA, where A belongs to group G, then this set becomes a group and this group is called the quotient group. Quotient group is nothing but group of all coset of the normal subgroup H in G. And here the operation is like that: HA HB is equal to HAB. So this is the operation on this group. Here kernel of F is also a normal subgroup of G. Now coming to our main proof of this theorem. In proof, let F is the isomorphism from G to G dash, and we have to prove that the quotient group G upon kernel of F is isomorphic to F of G. We have to prove it. So first, let kernel of F by K, and it is equal to X from the domain G, such that Fx is equal to E dash, where E dash is the identity element from the codomain G dash. So in order to prove that this group is isomorphic to this group, we can consider a mapping phi from G upon K, where K is the kernel of F, to Fg. And we have to prove that this mapping is an isomorphism from G upon K to Fg. So for this, first we have to prove that phi is a function. Then we will prove that phi is a homomorphism. Then in last we will prove that phi is bijection. Then we can say that phi is an isomorphism from this group to this group. So first, phi is a function. It is also called phi is well defined. We know that any mapping is a function if this should not happen. Means for any element from the domain, there should not exist two images for this element in the codomain. So this is not a function. So for this, let any element Ka is equal to Kb from the domain. Then the two possibilities are either phi of Ka becomes equal to phi of Kb, and phi of Ka is not equal to phi of Kb. So these are the two possibilities for this map. If phi of Ka becomes equal to phi of Kb, then we can say that it is a function. And if these are not equal, that means for this element Ka, which is equal to Kb, there exist two different images, then this is not a function. Not a function. So we have to prove that phi Ka is equal to phi Kb in order to prove that phi is well defined, that is, it is a function. So now we considered that Ka is equal to Kb, then this will imply that A belongs to Kb, and multiplying B inverse both sides, it is equal to AB inverse belongs to the kernel K. And from the definition of kernel, if any element belongs to the kernel, then f of AB inverse will be equal to the identity element E dash. And as f is a homomorphism, so we can imply that f of A into f B inverse is equal to E dash from the definition of homomorphism, and this will imply that FA into FB whole inverse is equal to E dash. FB inverse becomes equal to FB whole inverse from the property number 2. Here FAN becomes equal to FA whole raised to the power n, and for n is equal to -1, this is true, and this will imply that FA is equal to FB, because FA into FB inverse is equal to the identity element. So FA is equal to FB, and from the definition here, the definition for phi is like that: phi of Ka is equal to f of A. So this is the definition for phi. So from the definition of phi, Fa will be equal to phi Ka, and Fb will be equal to phi Kb. So we have proved that phi Ka is equal to phi Kb, that is here. So this is a function, or phi is well defined. Now we have to prove that this is a homomorphism. So next we have to prove that phi is homomorphism. So for this we have to prove that phi Ka Kb is equal to phi Ka into phi Kb. This is the condition for homomorphism. So we have to prove that this is equal to this. So LHS phi Ka Kb, and these are the two cosets, two right coset Ka and Kb. So the product of two cosets Ka and Kb will be equal to, from this operation from the quotient group, that is HA into HB will be equal to HAB. So here Ka into Kb will be equal to KAB, and from the definition of phi, that is here phi of Ka is equal to Fa, then phi of Kab will be equal to FAB, and F is a homomorphism, then we can imply that FAB will be equal to Fa into Fb from the definition of homomorphism, and Fa is nothing but phi of Ka into Fb will be equal to phi of Kb. So we have proved that phi Ka Kb is equal to phi Ka into phi Kb. So we have proved that phi is a homomorphism, and now we have to prove that in the last phi is bijection map. Then we can say that phi is isomorphism from this group to this group. So in third we have to prove that phi is bijection. So first we will prove that it is 1 1, and then we will prove that it is onto. So for onto we know that if for any two elements from the domain the image is same, then this is not 1 1. This is not 1 1. So for this, let the two images are equal, that is phi Ka is equal to phi Kb. Then there exist two possibilities: either Ka is equal to Kb, or Ka is not equal to Kb. If this element is equal, that is phi Ka is equal to phi Kb, and the pre-images are not equal, that is Ka is not equal to Kb, then this is called the many one, that is it is not 1 1. If both the elements are same, then this is called 1 1. So we have to prove that Ka is equal to Kb whenever phi of Ka is equal to phi of Kb. So from here phi of Ka is equal to phi of Kb. This will imply that f of A is equal to f of B, and it is equal to f of A into fb whole inverse, and it is equal to E dash, and this will imply that f A into, we can write it as f B inverse is equal to E dash. Again we used our property number 2. Here n is -1. So f is a homomorphism, so we can imply that f A into B inverse is equal to E dash, and f A B inverse is equal to E dash, so we can imply from the definition of kernel this element A B inverse belongs to kernel K, and multiplying B right side we can get A belongs to KB, and this will imply that KA will be equal to KB. So we have proved that whenever phi Ka is equal to phi Kb, then Ka will be equal to Kb. So this is 1 1. Now we have to prove that phi is onto. So for this we have to consider any arbitrary element from the codomain. Here the mapping is phi from G upon K to f of G. So let f A from the codomain fg is an arbitrary element. Then we have to find a pre-image for this arbitrary element in the codomain. Then we can say that it is onto. So there exists element Ka from the domain G upon K such that phi of Ka is equal to Fa from the definition of phi. So we have found the pre-image for Fa, that is Ka. This is the pre-image for this element in the domain. So we can imply easily that phi is onto. So we have proved that phi is well defined, phi is homomorphism, and phi is also bijection. So we can imply that phi is isomorphism from G upon K, that is G upon kernel of F, to the group Fg. So these two groups are isomorphic. G upon kernel of F is isomorphic to F of G. So in this way we have proved our theorem. So that's it for today. Thank you.